I'm Walter Jones, and I'm jonesing for a review. All right, and what I'm reviewing, finally, I got the courage at 5 a.m. this morning to review this film. Said I got to do it right when I wake up, or it's going to be difficult. And it still was difficult, but I'm glad I did it. And I'm talking about Erotic Grotesque Nonsense Volume 3, Defilement of a Porcelain Doll, starring Felicia Fisher, Little Puck. Yeah. So this was pretty insane. There's some warnings here. This is definitely not for kids. This is definitely for adults, 21 plus or 18 plus, depending on your state's viewing of adult content. I think it's 18, but I'm not positive. So, just 18 or 21, just going to rock back and forth like I'm on a boat for some weird reason. Sitting on the floor here, so I was scooting back there. This was interesting. Little Puck did a great performance in this, and Felicia Fisher was somewhat subdued to a degree, because she's in the first two films as the Barf Bunny in Volume 1 and the Killer in Volume 2. And this time she was a victim, like she was a victim in the first one in Barf Bunny. Her performance was subdued. It was interesting because the budget was bigger for this film. It was confined for the most part to one room, but there was more camera movement. It wasn't just a hotel room, which was nice, or whatever the case may be. It was the camera moved a little bit. I liked the music score. It was like haunting but droning. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was really kind of great in that regard. This thing clocked in at like an hour and 40 minutes roughly, and the time went by fast. And there's some adult situations in here. Some stuff I'm not going to talk about on my YouTube channel, right? But there was one scene that turned my stomach. Now, granted, we have dogs. I had just fed them, so there was like the smell of dog food in the air, right? So combined with that, I hadn't eaten yet, right? There was some factors at play here, right? There's a scene where Little Puck, and this is a spoiler alert here, where she dumps a very large, like almost dog food container worth of saliva on Felicia Fisher's head, and it turned my stomach a little bit, which is funny because there's way worse stuff in that film than saliva that's being poured on people. I'm gonna leave it at that. This is definitely not for your normal horror movie viewing audience. If you like Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th and Halloween, and you don't go very far from those genres into other subgenres, even like people who like Saw, this is different. This is on a different level. Jonathan Doe has a very niche market that he films, and for people that watch it. I'm trying to think of other films in the caliber, and he's kind of in his own category. I'm sure there's stuff out there like Woman's Flesh, My Red Guts, maybe some of Sam Hell films. And if you don't know who Sam Hell is, look it up, because I'm not going to talk about it, because again, it's extreme horror with adult entertainment aspects of it, much like Jonathan Doe's stuff. It's extreme horror, so there's blood and guts. And incidentally enough, this film was very, very like here's the normal level of blood and guts in his films, and it was down here. So there wasn't a ton of blood and guts. It was just the philia that he uses. Let me see if I can find the tape here. Where is it? Salarophilia, and that is it's a fetish of taking something beautiful and making it ugly. And boy howdy did they made Felicia Fisher look positively terrible. And it's interesting, and it's brutal, and it's beautiful in a way. Now, that sounds strange to say because the film's extreme, But there was, it was interesting. It was almost as if Jonathan Doe took the camera, filmed this, and reflected on his own work inside it, I think. Like, because the Little Puck plays the artist, right? So here's some spoiler alerts of the story. Little Puck plays the artist. Felicia Fisher she's listed in the credits as Canvas B. Jessica Murphy is Canvas A, who you don't see in the film. She's just in a series of photographs in the book, The Little Puck, as the character the artist has. So I'm wondering if he's taught, like, somehow it's about his own work. And what I found out recently is that he doesn't write scripts per se. He writes treatments, and a treatment is basically like what the story is going to be about, and then the actresses, namely Felicia Fisher and Little Puck, discuss what is going to happen and what they are comfortable with doing on camera. And it's very, I think, thought out. And I think it has to be with this level of intimacy and trust that these two actresses have while filming this. So, you know, it was very interesting. This is not a movie for everyone, but I think if you're a fan of adult entertainment and you're a fan of extreme horror, I cannot stress that enough, you might want to check this stuff out. And if you would like to, you should go to putridproductions.bigcartel.com and pick up Erotic Grotesque Nonsense Volume 3, Defilement, of a Porcelain Doll. I believe Barf Bunny is also available, and I believe The Degenerates is also available. There's also other work that Jonathan Doe has that's there, I'm sure in limited stock at this point, that he's put out under the label that different people have done. But if you want to see his work specifically, that's where you go. I believe the DVDs, and it's just DVDs, on his website, run about $25 a piece. If you want to get the limited edition that I showed in one of my earlier videos, that is going to cost you $70, and quantities are very limited. So thanks for sticking around. Let me talk about this review. I enjoyed this movie. I can't wait to see what Mr. Doe comes up with next. I'm very excited about the future of extreme horror. So thanks for listening, guys, and I'll talk to you real soon. All right, bye bye.